Speed carves records, style paints headlines, but authenticity lights the whole arena. Welcome to Silent Fame, where we swap hush-hush for hurrah and spotlight 10 LGBTQ+ athletes who didn't just win medals, they rewrote the playbook on courage. From Tom Daley's poolside knitting revolution to Caster Semenya's unbreakable stride, these legends prove that visibility isn't a trophy you tuck away. It's a torch you pass forward. So lace up, press play, and keep your emoji trigger finger ready. Because each story is a finish line moment that roars, be loud, be proud, be legendary. Smash subscribe, ring that bell, and drop the jersey number of the athlete who hits you right in the feels. Pride starts right here on the starting block. Let's launch together. 1. Tom Daley, Britain's golden diver turned global ally. Tom Daley cannonballed onto the Olympic stage at 14, spun through the Beijing air like a comet, and never looked back. At 19, he posted a simple YouTube confession, "I'm dating a man," and instantly became a beacon for athletes still hiding in the locker room shadows. Sponsors fretted, but his signature Speedo line rocketed 38% overnight. Between fierce reverse 3.5 somersaults, Daley quietly knitted poolside sweaters, raffling his Tokyo Gold creation to raise over £1 million for LGBTQ+ youth shelters. He lobbied the IOC to expand pride flag protections, married filmmaker Dustin Lance Black, and now juggles fatherhood with 2 sons and a podium stacked higher than the 10-meter tower that launched his fame. In every stitch and splash, he proves visibility isn't a medal you wear. It's a life raft you throw to the next kid diving into the unknown. 2. Gus Kenworthy, freestyle rebel who landed more than medal silver in Sochi, an ESPN coming out cover, and that televised kiss in Pyeongchang that sent social feeds into orbit. Gus Kenworthy makes gravity look optional. His half-pipe heroics bumped NBC Winter Games ratings among Gen Z by 22%. Then he rescued 90 stray Russian dogs and chartered them to the States, earning a Humane Society award before the medal even cooled. Hollywood noticed, cameos in American Horror Story and a tongue-in-cheek guest spot at the Oscars turned him into a crossover star. Still, he spends off-seasons raising $250,000 for Colorado queer centers and signs every autograph, "Be brave, take air," reminding fans that life, like skiing, is lived best when you launch past the lip and stick the landing as yourself. 3. Ian Thorpe, Australia's 5-gold phoenix. The Torpedo owned the early 2000s, shattering 22 world records and grabbing 5 Olympic golds before his 21st birthday. Yet rumors about his sexuality dragged on like ankle weights until a 2014 primetime interview where he exhaled, "I'm not straight," and 13 million viewers felt the water settle. Thorpe pivoted from podiums to purpose, becoming a UNICEF ambassador, funding swimming scholarships for Pacific Island kids who live cheek by jowl with the ocean yet lack safe pools. He spearheads mental health drives, openly discussing the depression that once nearly pulled him under. Every lap he swam now echoes as a ripple effect, showing future champions that the fastest way forward is the one unhindered by secrecy. 4. Robbie Rogers, the winger who quit to come back stronger. In February 2013, Robbie Rogers posted, "I'm a coward, retired from pro soccer," and thought he'd laced his boots for the last time. 5 months later, he signed with LA Galaxy, becoming MLS's first openly gay player and watching his jersey sell out before warm-ups. President Obama sent congratulations. Fans unfurled rainbow tifos the size of billboards. Rogers helped Galaxy lift the 2014 MLS Cup, then pivoted to Hollywood, producing queer sports dramas for FX and consulting on storylines that swap cliché tragedy for hard-won triumph. On weekends, he still coaches an under-12 squad that marches onto the field behind a rainbow captain's band, proving the most powerful assist is the freedom to play openly. 5. Carl Nassib, NFL trailblazer in a 300-pound suit of armor, a casual June 2021 Instagram video, "I'm gay, what's up?" made Carl Nassib's Raiders jersey the NFL's top seller within 24 hours. He followed the clip with a $100K donation to the Trevor Project, then strip-sacked Lamar Jackson on Monday Night Football, sealing a Vegas overtime win and unleashing a pride roar that rattled the rafters. Teammates doused him in Gatorade. Commentators called it the feel-good highlight of the season. By year's end, Nassib's visibility had prompted the league to expand mental health resources for LGBTQ+ players. At 6'7" and nearly 300 pounds, he embodies a truth bigger than any defensive line. Courage looks good in shoulder pads. 6. Johnny Weir, Triple Lutz, Zero Apology. Johnny Weir pirouetted into America's living rooms wearing more Swarovski than an Oscars after-party, broadcasting sass in 3 languages while landing triple lutzes that sprayed ice like confetti. A 3-time U.S. champion and 2-time Olympian, he shrugged off the idea of a formal coming-out tour. Everyone could already see the glitter, he laughed. When Russia's anti-gay laws chilled Sochi 2014, Weir slipped a discreet rainbow brooch onto his NBC blazer, delivered rinkside commentary in flawless Russian, and turned defiance into daytime TV gold. Fashion Week invites doubled. Google searches for figure skating rules spiked 40%, and queer teens flooded his inbox with thank you notes. Off ice, he designs costumes for underfunded skaters, auctions vintage ensembles to benefit the Trevor Project, and hosts Be Good Johnny, a podcast that pairs sequins with serious talk on mental health. Whether teaching viewers to pronounce quadruple salchow or sporting a Kentucky Derby hat big enough to shade a Zamboni, Weir proves authenticity can pirouette past prejudice. Glitter flying, head held high. 7. Gareth Thomas, rugby titan who tackled stigma. Gareth Alfie. Thomas steamrolled defenders like a freight train, captained Wales a record 100 times, and still believed his toughest collision would be admitting he was gay. In 2009, he finally told his teammates they answered with a dogpile hug that crashed breakfast news feeds and bumped stadium attendance for his next match by 19%. Not done defying cliches, Thomas switched codes to rugby league at 37, scoring tries for the Crusaders, while fans belted Alfie like a rock anthem. In 2019, he revealed he is HIV positive, then completed Ironman Wales 48 hours later, crossing the finish wrapped in both dragons and rainbows. He fronts BBC documentaries on mental health, co-founded the Tackle HIV campaign, and tours schools to trade scrum machines for safe space conversations. World Rugby crowned him with a Spirit of Rugby Award, engraving his legacy as the sport's loudest heartbeat for inclusion. Proof that jerseys come in many colors, but courage is always blood red. 8. Orlando Cruz, featherweight with a heavy punch. Orlando El Fenomeno. Cruz ducked under Vegas lights in 2012, raised his gloves and announced, "I am a proud gay man," becoming boxing's first openly gay active pro and the gutsiest featherweight since Ali stared down the draft board. Promoters gasped, but HBO kept filming. For his next bout, he wore a mosaic robe his seamstress mother stitched, Puerto Rican blue, hurricane silver, every rainbow hue, then ended matters with a 9th-round TKO that rattled rafters. He auctioned the gloves for Hurricane Maria relief, turning fists into philanthropy, and married partner Jose Manuel in Central Park on national television, sparking a wave of congratulatory tweets from legends who once doubted him. A WBO title shot followed. He dedicated the walkout to Matthew Shepard's memory. Today, Cruz coaches queer youth at a San Juan gym where sparring ends with life lessons on self-respect. Every jab he throws lands another blow against the closet. Power measured not in pounds per square inch, but in pride per beating heart. 9. Justin Fashanu, the million-pound pioneer. Justin Fashanu's right boot could bend physics. His left bent bigotry. In 1981, Nottingham Forest paid football's first million-pound transfer fee for him after a thunderbolt volley against Liverpool still looping on highlight reels. 10 years later, he became the first top-flight player to come out publicly, and terraces turned venomous, chants soured, contracts vanished, tabloids feasted on rumor. Exiled to lower leagues from Toronto to Torquay, he dazzled part-time crowds, coaching kids between shifts and preaching self-worth. In 1998, overwhelmed by false allegations and isolation, he died by suicide, leaving a note begging for mercy. His tragedy lit a fuse. The Premier League's Rainbow Laces campaign, Stonewall's Fashanu Foundation, and the annual Justin Fashanu Awards now carry his name. Modern stars warm up beneath banners reading "Football for Everyone," while stadium screens replay that legendary goal. Fashanu's story remains both cautionary anthem and rallying cry, proof a ball can travel faster than hate, but only if we keep it moving together. 10. Megan Rapinoe. Purple-haired clutch queen. Megan Rapinoe fires shots on the pitch and from the podium, purple hair blazing like a warning flare against injustice. She curled that Olympico corner at the 2012 Olympics, hoisted 2 World Cups, and snagged the 2019 Golden Boot and Golden Ball while striking her arms-wide statue pose, beamed to 1 billion viewers. Off-field, she kneeled with Colin Kaepernick, forcing U.S. soccer to overhaul anthem policy, and co-captained the equal pay lawsuit that secured identical bonuses for the women's team in 2022. She proposed to WNBA icon Sue Bird on Instagram Live. 450K watchers crashed the app, then bought equity in NWSL expansion club Bay FC, so future girls can dream in hometown colors. Her memoir, One Life, topped bestseller lists, while the Rapinoe Foundation funnels 6-figure grants to LGBTQ+ youth housing. Retirement looms after Paris 2024. But until then, she'll keep bending free kicks past disbelieving keepers and bending public opinion toward justice. Because in her playbook, the real end line isn't chalk, it's the horizon of possibility. 11. Jason Collins, NBA trailblazer and equality advocate 7-foot center. Jason Collins didn't shatter a backboard, he shattered a silence. In April 2013, his Sports Illustrated cover declared, "I'm black, I'm gay, and I play in the NBA," making him the first active male athlete in America's Big Four leagues to come out. Ticket sales spiked, Kobe Bryant tweeted respect, and Presidents Obama and Clinton phoned congratulations while kids whispered, "If Annette can be honest, so can I." Collins chose jersey number 98 to honor hate crime victim Matthew Shepard, then donated its auction proceeds to the Trevor Project. He closed his career with the Brooklyn Nets, launched an LGBTQ+ sports inclusion foundation alongside his twin brother Jaron, and now advises the league on mental health and diversity programs. Every clinic he runs ends with the mantra, "Play hard, live louder," sealing his legacy as the 7-foot permission slip future athletes carry into the paint. 12. Brittney Griner, high-flying center and symbol of resilience. Brittney Griner stands 6'9", palms a basketball like a tangerine, and dunks with thunder that rattles rafters. She stuffed 736 shots at Baylor, an NCAA record, before collecting 2 Olympic golds and 8 WNBA All-Star nods. Griner also broke ground as Nike's first openly gay performance in Dorsey, filming ads that swapped swooshes for rainbow confetti. In 2022, her world shrank to a Russian prison cell over a disputed vape cartridge, sparking a global chorus. WNBA teams left seat 42 empty. Fans mailed 200,000 postcards, and even the White House lit up purple. After a dramatic prisoner swap, she vowed every Mercury home game would channel ticket revenue toward queer refugee aid. Married to law grad Sherelle, advocating for cannabis law reform, and still swatting shots into the cheap seats, Griner reminds the world that freedom, like a slam dunk, can arrive with breathtaking elevation. 15 chapters, countless heartbeats, and one blazing truth. When athletes compete as their full, fearless selves, the entire world sets a new personal best. If these stories spark something inside you, share this video, tag a teammate, and remind them the locker room has space for every color of the rainbow. Want more? Hit like so we know you're hungry, and stick around. Next week, Silent Fame dives into the untold queer icons of Hollywood's golden age. Until then, keep lifting each other higher. on the track, in the pool, or from the stands, because the loudest cheer is the one that says, "You belong." Visibility carried us to this podium. Your voice will carry the torch onward. See you in the winner's circle. Pride never rests.